Each year, as the dry season begins to scorch the African grasslands, nearly 2 million creatures embark on a journey that nature has programmed into their blood millions of years ago. The wildebeest, also known as the nai, is the largest antelope in Africa, weighing up to 270 kilograms and standing nearly 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder. Nile crocodiles, up to 5 meters long, weighing over half a ton, have learned: don't hunt on the banks. Their journey traces a giant circle, more than 3,000 kilometers each year, and lying across that path is the Mara River. This was the greatest migration on Earth. Not a journey in search of freedom, but a never-ending struggle for survival. Migration season is their feast. They don't need to run. No complicated strategy is needed. They just need to wait. And the river water does the rest. They live in an endless cycle, following the rain, following the green grass. No rest days, no final destination. Only a never-ending cycle of migration. But when danger strikes, they can accelerate to 80 kilometers per hour. Their pack instinct is their most powerful weapon. When one individual runs, the whole pack runs.
Whoa. Stay here, James. Stay.
The Mara River isn't very wide, but it's a gateway to hell for any living being who dares to step into it. The wildebeest stop at the bank. Thousands of eyes gaze down into the murky water. They knew, their instincts clearly warned them that something awaited them down there. But behind them, dry land, dead grass, nothing to eat. Ahead, death could come at any moment. And then, someone will jump first. Once the migration begins, nothing can stop it. Hundreds, then thousands of individuals plunge into the Mara River simultaneously. Water splashes, roar. The river turns into a chaotic white vortex. And that's the signal for the crocodiles to strike. They don't attack randomly. They target the weakest, those swimming alone, those who stumble. One bite is enough. The Nile crocodile's bite force reaches 2,000 kilograms per square centimeter. No bone can withstand it. But the strength of the pack lies in its numbers. The crocodiles can only catch a few. The majority of the pack continues to advance. They had crossed the river. Their feet touched the ground. Their heart rate gradually decreased. In the wild, the moment you think you've escaped, that's when the danger is greatest. Spotted hyena is Africa's most often underestimated predators, yet also one of their most successful. They possess a bite force stronger than that of a lion. They can maintain speeds of 60 kilometers per hour for extended periods. But the most incredible story today is not about death. It's about life. Leopards, assassins of darkness and silence. They never attack directly. They always wait for the moment when their prey turns its back. And when the leopard lunged down, the mother heard it. What few people know about wildebeest is their intense maternal instincts. Leopards are Africa's most solitary, most patient predators. They don't chase, they don't roar, they don't need packs. This leopard had been watching the cub since it was swimming across the river. It wasn't in a hurry. It knew the cub would eventually reach the shore. 15 meters. It sped. No roar, no warning, just speed. And the cry of the cub, it rang out. What few people know about wildebeest is their intense maternal instinct. When their young are threatened, a mother's instinct can overcome even fear, even the fear of a leopard. The first charge, the leopard was pushed back, but it didn't give up. The mother wildebeest doesn't fight with sheer strength. It fights with determination. It shields itself. It turns. It doesn't give the leopard any open space. And this time, the motherfucker fought back. Kicked, rammed, pushed, not giving an inch. And the calf, it was still breathing. It was still standing, thanks to its mother who chose to stay instead of running away. The leopard retreated, not because it had lost, but because the tables had turned. The prey was no longer lying still, and the cost of the fight had outweighed the value of the meal. Each time they cross the river, the herd pays a price. Not all make it to the other side, but nature has its own logic. During the Great Migration, wildebeest didn't travel alone. They were accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras. Zebras eat the tough tops of the grass, clearing the way for wildebeest to eat the softer parts underneath. They move together, warning each other of danger. This one was narrower, but more turbulent, the current strong enough to flip over a fully grown zebra. But when faced with an enemy, each species must fend for itself. This time, the danger wasn't just from underwater. On land, there seemed to be several other predatory species lying in wait. Zebras crossing rivers are different from wildebeests. They swim more purposefully, with better orientation and less panic. But their size 300 kilograms also makes them more attractive targets. This is the second stretch of the river narrower, but with a current strong enough to overturn a fully grown zebra. And unlike the last time, this time the crocodiles arrived here first. They've been gathering here for days. Nile crocodiles can go without food for months, but they also know that migration only comes once a year. This is their biggest feast yet. As the flood of creatures poured down, the surface of the river disappeared. Only backs, heads, and the sound of water remained. The herd hesitated. They couldn't see the crocodile, but they could sense it. Millions of years of evolution had ingrained in their instincts. But the herd behind kept coming. The riverbank was packed, and the pressure of 2 million moving creatures, nothing could stop it for long. And below, the crocodiles begin to move, not leaping out of the water. They dive deep, approaching from beneath the prey's belly, where no creature on the surface can see them. This zebra is a strong swimmer. It's almost at the other bank. Only about 15 meters left. The bite force of a Nile crocodile reaches 2,000 kilograms of force per square centimeter, 3 times stronger than a lion's. No bone can withstand that blow. The crocodile doesn't need to use brute force to kill instantly. It performs a death roll, twisting the prey's body until bones break and resistance vanishes. And the school of children knew. They couldn't see clearly what was happening, but they knew. Their legs kicked harder. This is their strategy. Not one individual attacks, but the entire group activates simultaneously. It creates maximum panic. It disorients the pack. And in that chaos, the weaker individuals get separated. Most people made it across. The death toll on each crossing ranged from a few to several dozen, depending on how many crocodiles were waiting and the river's current. And on the other side of the bank, the lions had already positioned themselves hours earlier. They weren't chasing prey. They were waiting for prey to come to them. That moment, when the zebra was still panting, its front legs just touching the ground, its body half up, half down, was the perfect moment for the ambush. The lionesses attack first. They are the pride's primary hunters. The males usually wait to take their turn later. And the lions completely calm. To them, this wasn't an act of cruelty. This was a meal. This was the lifeline of their cubs waiting elsewhere. Surprisingly, it had just used up all its strength crossing the river, yet still had plenty of energy left to drag the lion a long distance. And then its body slumped, not because the lion's strength prevailed, but because after crossing the river, after swimming through the strong current, from above, the migration resembles a living river flowing endlessly across the plains. Each year, hundreds of thousands perish along the journey to crocodiles, lions, leopards, hyenas, and wild dogs. Yet the wildebeest endure. Most survive, reproduce, and continue the ancient cycle. The sun gradually rose above the horizon, casting a golden light over the African forest. High in the trees, a troop of monkeys began their day. Adults searched for food, while the young frolicked among the branches. A baby monkey, only a few months old, constantly separated from its mother to explore the world around it. To it, this was just another ordinary morning. But in the wild, a single moment of carelessness can cost a life. Somewhere nearby, a predator had its eye on it. Hidden beneath the dense bushes was a mature leopard. After a night of unsuccessful hunting, hunger was urging it to act. It patiently observed the troop of monkeys above. The adults were too vigilant, but a baby monkey constantly separating from its mother was the perfect target. The leopard wasn't in a hurry. It understood that it only needed one chance, and that chance was slowly presenting itself. The leopard began to approach the base of the tree. Each step was almost silent. The distance was steadily closing. High above, the monkeys had yet to detect the approaching danger. The young monkey continued to play on a branch lower than the others. The leopard stopped at the base of the tree and looked up. Its taut muscles tensed. It was waiting for the perfect moment to deliver the decisive blow. Suddenly, the leopard leaped up the tree trunk with incredible speed. An adult monkey spotted it and immediately sounded the alarm. The entire troop descended into chaos. Screams echoed through the forest. In the panic, the baby monkey jumped in the wrong direction and inadvertently approached the predator. The leopard didn't miss its chance. In a single precise pounce, it caught its prey. A desperate cry rang out and quickly faded away. The mother monkey rushed forward in desperation, but it was too late. The leopard clutched its prey tightly in its jaws and began to make its way down to the ground. The hunt seemed over, but a giant witness was watching it all. As the leopard landed, the ground suddenly shook slightly. From behind the bushes, an old elephant emerged. No one knew what triggered its action. Perhaps it was the desperate cries of the monkey's dot, or simply the chaos had drawn its attention. Whatever the reason, the elephant was charging straight toward the leopard. A roar echoed through the forest, and the hunt unexpectedly took a completely different turn. Seeing an opportunity, the monkeys immediately joined the chase. From the treetops, they relentlessly pursued the leopard. Shouts echoed from all sides. More and more members of the troop joined in, with the elephant pressing close behind and the monkeys constantly harassing it. The leopard gradually lost its advantage. The meal it had just won now became a burden. Sensing danger, the leopard immediately turned and fled. However, the prey in its mouth prevented it from reaching its maximum speed. Behind it, the elephant continued the pursuit. Each step shook the ground. The distance between the two animals gradually narrowed. The leopard began to realize that this meal might come at a very high price. Seeing an opportunity, the monkeys immediately joined the chase. From the treetops, they relentlessly pursued the leopard. Shouts echoed from all sides. More and more members of the troop joined in, with the elephant pressing close behind and the monkeys constantly harassing it. The leopard gradually lost its advantage. The meal it had just won now became a burden. Finally, survival instinct prevailed over hunger. The leopard was forced to drop its prey to the ground. Immediately, it sped into the dense forest and disappeared among the trees. The elephant stopped. The monkeys quickly gathered around the rescued calf. After all their desperate efforts, they had finally recovered their little member. But no one knew what awaited them. The mother monkey was the first to rush forward. She embraced her baby and tried to awaken it. The whole troop watched in silence. For a few brief seconds, there seemed to be hope. But the miracle didn't happen. The rescue was successful. But it came too late. The elephant had driven away the predator. The monkeys had retrieved their baby. But what returned to the mother was only an immobile body. As the sun set behind the trees, the mother monkey still silently held her child in her arms. In the wild, not every rescue has a happy ending. Sometimes the most painful thing isn't losing someone you love, but finding them again when it's too late. Starting a new day, the leopard begins its hunt, seemingly having identified its prey before making its move. This waterhole has belonged to crocodiles for decades. Today, that claim is about to be challenged twice. Somewhere above the waterhole, a leopard has been watching for 40 minutes. In that time, she has not moved. She has not blinked more than necessary. She has simply been waiting for the right angle, the right moment, the right crocodile to drift just far enough from the water's edge. The leopard has chosen the smallest crocodile, 3 meters from safety. In an ambush, that's an eternity. 6 meters, 1 second. The leopard is on the crocodile before it. Underwater, the crocodile is invincible. On land, during those crucial 3 seconds, that's no longer the case. The leopard carefully chose its path on land, leaving the crocodile to thrash about helplessly. The leopard's mistake was swimming ashore before the crocodile had completely lost consciousness. This gave the crocodile a chance to struggle, but unexpectedly, under the leopard's jaws, its chances of escape were 0. 2 male lions, like their brothers, move with quiet confidence, knowing that almost nothing in this landscape can challenge them. Almost. For 40 minutes, the crocodiles had waited at their waterhole after the leopard took their den. As 2 large shadows approached, they didn't move. They simply waited their deadliest weapon. Asterisk, asterisk. The lion stepped into the water cautiously, guided by years of survival instincts. Stern, still as if sensing danger beneath. However, that instinctive warning was insufficient to reveal the hidden threat. 3 feet below the surface, just beneath the lion's front paws, a crocodile lay motionless for 40 minutes. And now, it made its decision. Asterisk, asterisk. With a bite force of 5,000 psi, the Nile crocodile strikes in an instant. The waterhole becomes a trap, and the lion's confidence turns into a desperate fight for survival. Oh. This is the death roll, the crocodile's signature kill move, designed to disorient and drown prey larger than itself by spinning it underwater until it loses orientation. It works on wildebeest, it works on zebra, it works on young hippos, but it has never before encountered 2 lions simultaneously, one pulling up, one hammering down from above. The geometry is wrong. The crocodile cannot complete the rotation. Asterisk, asterisk. The crocodile slips back into the depths. It failed to bring down the lions, but it proved one thing. This waterhole belongs to it. The lions survived, and they'll never enter these waters without caution again. A zebra mar has left the herd to give birth. 150 meters away, 2 lions have just spotted her. Vambanem City. Mari's kick lands square on the lion's jaw. The impact is audible from 200 meters away. The second lion reaches for the foal and finds 5 adult zebras between them instead. The herd has formed around the Mare and her newborn in under 20 seconds. 25 animals moving as one decision. the lions walked away empty-handed. Behind them, the zebras stood together, protecting their movement. The African savanna awakens beneath a pale orange sunrise. The cool air of dawn spreads across the grasslands, and for one cheetah, another day of survival is about to begin. Tomorrow morning, many kinds of predators will be exploring and planning for a new day full of anticipation. The grassland looked so peaceful. A herd of antelopes was grazing in the distance. Zebras wandered near a waterhole where several elephants were foraging. Small birds flew among the bush searching for insects. Hidden among the tall grass lies a female cheetah. She has spent the night resting in a sheltered patch of vegetation, conserving energy for the challenges ahead. Unlike lions, which live in prides, cheetahs often spend much of their lives alone. As the sun rises higher, temperatures begin to increase. There, they rest, preen their fur, and carefully clean their paws. Even predators spend much of the day resting. Survival often involves conserving energy. Slowly, she rises and stretches. Flexible muscles, a lightweight frame, and a long tail allow her to reach astonishing speeds when the moment demands it. The morning is one of the safest times for cheetahs. Temperatures remain cool, and many competitors are less active. From this natural lookout, she scans the horizon for signs of danger and opportunity. For now, hunting is not a priority. Cheetahs conserve energy whenever possible. Every sprint costs an enormous amount of strength, and failed hunts can leave them exhausted. She spends the next hour patrolling her territory. Along the way, she pauses at bushes and tree trunks, leaving scent marks that communicate her presence to other cheetahs. Though invisible to human eyes, these scent messages form an important network of information across the savanna. By late morning, hunger begins to grow stronger. The cheetah stands once again and turns her attention toward a nearby point where antelope are feeding. The next chapter of her day is about to begin. A hare. The animal freezes, relying on camouflage. But the cheetah has already seen it. A quick burst of speed closes the distance. The hare bolts. Moments later, the chase is over. The meal is small, but it is enough. She carries the hare to a sheltered den and begins feeding. It won't satisfy her for long, but it provides valuable energy. For now, Survival is secured and scent carried by the wind. Hours pass with little activity. Then something unusual catches her attention. Far ahead, birds circle low over a patch of vegetation. The cheetah approaches cautiously. As she nears, she spots another predator, a leopard. The cheetah continued its hunt in the afternoon, finding the same herd of gazelles from the morning. Unlike cheetahs, leopards rely on stealth and power rather than speed. Their muscular bodies allow them to tackle larger prey and defend kills against many competitors. The leopard has already succeeded where the cheetah failed earlier. At its feet lies a freshly killed antelope. The cheetah remains hidden among the grass, watching from a safe distance. She knows better than to challenge the larger cat. For several minutes, the cheetah follows from afar, curious but cautious. The leopard eventually reaches a large tree. What happens next demonstrates one of the species' most remarkable abilities. Using powerful shoulders and strong claws, the leopard begins climbing. Step by step, it hauls the antelope upward. The carcass swings beneath its body as it ascends. Finally, it reaches a sturdy branch high above the ground. This is a skill she cannot match. While cheetahs dominate the open plains with speed, leopards dominate the trees with strength and climbing ability. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, the cheetah turns away. The leopard remains in the tree, guarding its prize. The cheetah still has another night ahead, another hunt waiting somewhere beyond the fading light. She walks across the golden grasslands as evening settles over the savanna. Today brought failure, success, and a glimpse into the lives of other predators. Tomorrow will bring new challenges. For cheetah, every day is a balance between speed, patience, and survival. And as darkness slowly covers the plains, another chapter in her remarkable life comes to an end. A new day begins with surprises in the wild. These are wild boars. Sus Grofa. The female is 5 years old and has survived 2 dry seasons, 1 bushfire, and a previous encounter with a leopard. The faint scar along her left flank is the leopard's. She survived that too. Every morning begins the same way, with the nose. A wild boar's sense of smell is approximately 2,000 times more sensitive than a human's. Beneath this dry soil, invisible to every other animal here, there is food. The boar knows exactly where to find it. They have eaten well this morning. Now the sounder, the name given to a group of wild boar, moves toward the tree line, following the scent of water and roots along a dry creek bed. The female pauses. Something ahead has moved. Under the fever trees, fallen fruit from the night before has gathered in small hollows in the ground. For the piglets, this is the best part of any morning. Sweet, easy, requiring no digging. They have not yet learned that the best moments in the wild are precisely when you should be most alert. Something is watching. It has been watching since the mud wallow, 40 meters back, invisible in the undergrowth, tracking the sounder's movement with the methodical patience of an animal that has no natural predators and therefore no particular reason to hurry. The pigs forage for food or compete with each other, creating a peaceful scene in nature. The honey badger, Mellivora capensis, officially recorded by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal on Earth. It weighs 12 kilograms. There are 8 wild boars in front of it. The honey badger has assessed this situation and has decided it does not care. The female does not back down. She has young to protect, and in the animal kingdom, that transforms caution into something far more dangerous. It transforms it into commitment. The honey badger releases its scent glands. The smell hits our crew from 30 meters away. The piglets scatter behind their mother. The honey badger does not run. It never runs. It turns and walks slowly, deliberately, into the bush from which it came. If it feels pain, it shows nothing. That is the honey badger's greatest power. Not its teeth, not its hide, but its absolute refusal to acknowledge that anything significant has happened. The sounder watches it go. Then the female snorts once, turns, and leads her family forward. The morning continues. "200 meters to the east, something large is dying. The boars smell it before they hear it. The particular sharp scent of adrenaline and panic carried on the morning wind. They do not run away. Instead, they watch. A competitive lion chased after a piglet, but unexpectedly, the piglet was so agile that it caused the lion to fall and hit its head on the grass. It failed and returned to its herd to rest and regain strength for the next hunt. The mother pig heard her piglets screaming and quickly ran back to her burrow to check the number of her offspring. It seems the lions have sniffed out new prey. They are slowly observing the surrounding terrain. Nearby, a large buffalo was separating from its herd, and this was certainly a good opportunity for the lions. They began to act, each with a different task to carry out the hunt. Several lionesses, a wild buffalo. This kind of encounter can completely change the morning routine for all animals within a half-kilometer radius. Wild boars aren't predators in the conventional sense. They're omnivores with tusks, and adult males have been recorded killing leopards. But lions are different. Lions are a completely different matter. The buffalo goes down. The grassland goes quiet. That specific weighted silence that follows a large death in the open. The boars begin to move. Slowly, carefully, keeping low to the ground. They retreat toward their resting burrow, an old termite mound they have expanded over the past 2 weeks, with tunnels wide enough for an adult boar. It is 80 meters away. They are almost there. The piglets disappear into the burrow first. That is instinct. That is training from birth. The female turns to follow them. And in the half second that she looks back, she sees them. 3 shakes, moving fast, fanning out in a triangle that is the signature formation of a coordinated lion hunt. They are 30 meters away, then 20. The first lioness reaches the burrow entrance before the female boar can block it. One massive paw plunges into the tunnel and connects. A piglet screams, and the 2 adult males, who have been circling the perimeter, hear it. The male boar weighs 120 kilograms. His tusks are 10 centimeters long, curved upward, and have been honed against tree bark for 5 years into edges that can open a wound to the bone. He does not hesitate. He does not calculate. He charges the lioness at full speed from 8 meters and hits her in the flank with the force of a small motorcycle. She rolls. She gets up. She is bleeding. The bushveld of southern Africa. Dry season. The kind of morning that looks peaceful from a distance and is, in fact, absolutely crawling with things trying to eat each other. Eight banded mongooses burst from their burrow at full volume. In Africa, few small mammals are noisier or more social. Banded mongooses eat almost anything: insects, scorpions, reptiles, eggs, and fruit. They also regularly confront snakes, which often invade the tunnels the mongooses call home. The Cape Mole snake-armed brown, powerful, and built for life underground. It hunts mole rats in tunnels and kills without venom. Today, it has emerged in front of the wrong 8 mongooses. For 2 seconds, the mongoose studies the snake. Then comes the alarm call. Instantly, the whole troop understands the danger. Within seconds, the snake is surrounded. One escape route remains. What follows is not quite a battle. It's a deadly negotiation. No injuries, but valuable information is exchanged. Against one mongoose, the snake has a chance. Against 3, the odds change. Every strike leaves another opening, and the pressure begins to tell. The snake escapes underground. The mongooses halt at the entrance, the boundary between their world and its. For a few seconds, they stare into the darkness, waiting for something that never comes. A quick inspection, a brief pause, and the verdict is clear. The snake is gone. Within seconds, the troop returns to its daily routine. The snake is gone. The troop continues on. In a land full of snakes, this is just another day in the life of a mongoose. This is the African savanna, one of the richest and most dynamic ecosystems on Earth. Each time the sun rises over this ancient landscape, the cheetahs began moving closer. The attack comes in an instant. One leap, one grip, one chance. The cheetah holds on with calm precision until the struggle ends. Moments later, it collapses to the ground, but successful. The call is answered. 2 cheetahs emerge and join the feast. On the savanna, survival is rarely a solitary effort. As the sun climbs higher, the endless story of predator and prey goes on. "400 meters to the north, a herd of eland grazes without urgency. The eland is the largest antelope in Africa. An adult bull can weigh nearly a ton. They are not animals that flee easily. They rely on size, on numbers, and on the particular alertness that comes from spending every day of your life knowing you are on the menu. This morning, they have not yet seen the lions. A lion pride on the African savanna sleeps an average of 20 hours a day. What remains of those 4 waking hours is entirely devoted to 2 things: maintaining social bonds and finding the next meal. This morning, the pride has not eaten in 36 hours. The sleeping faces are deceptive. Behind those half-closed eyes, something is always calculating. The youngest female moves first. She almost always does. At 4 years old, she has been hunting for 2 seasons, but has not yet learned the full economy of energy that older lions master. She wastes movement. She investigates things that don't need investigating. But her restlessness is useful. It gets the pride moving on mornings when the older females would rather sleep another hour. The youngest female stops and the hunt begins. 4 lions sink into the grass, eyes locked on the same target. Years of hunting together turn one lion's focus into the pride's focus in seconds. 4 lions drop low into the grass, their eyes fixed on the same target. Years of hunting together turn one lion's focus into the pride's focus in an instant. The flanking movement requires no rehearsal and no communication beyond the initial direction each female chooses. They have done this hundreds of times. The youngest takes the direct approach. Her job is not to catch anything, but to hold the herd's attention from the front while the flanking females close from the sides. The herd has not yet seen them. The grass is doing its work. The herd breaks in exactly the wrong direction, straight toward a lion waiting on the eastern flank. This is no accident. The lions have herded them into a trap. The lead female has been hunting for 9 years. She has a scar above her left eye from a buffalo encounter in her 3rd season. She does not take risks she does not need to take. She chooses the old male at the back of the herd, the one whose stride is fractionally shorter than the others, whose reaction was fractionally slower. That fraction of a second is the entire margin between success and failure out here. At 450 kilograms, it's the largest prey this pride has taken in months. The male arrives last but eats first. Unfair, perhaps. Yet it works. The youngest female isn't eating. She feed today, but whether she hunts again soon depends on how well the wound heals. She joins the feeding after 12 minutes, limping but moving. The pride does not drive her away. This is not sentiment. An injured hunting member who cannot recover is a permanent loss to the group's hunting capacity. The other females allow her space at the carcass. She will need the protein to heal. They all understand this in the way lions understand things, not with language, but with the accumulated logic of survival over thousands of generations. A lion that has just eaten 4 kilograms of meat moves like a different animal from the one that was stalking through grass an hour ago. The urgency is gone, replaced by the particular weight of satiation. They will sleep for most of the next 12 hours. In their absence, the grassland will gradually return to what it was before they arrived, alive and pretending, as prey animals always do, that nothing has changed. The grassland does not mourn. The spot where the eland fell will be unrecognizable within 48 hours. Vultures, hyenas, jackals, and beetles will complete what the lions began. Nothing is wasted here. Not a gram, not a calorie. The efficiency of decomposition on the African savanna is one of the most quietly remarkable processes in the natural world. The herd has lost 1 member. 29 remain. Within 11 minutes of the hunt ending, the lead bull has resumed grazing, and within 4 minutes of the lead bull grazing, the entire herd follows. This is not callousness. This is the survival imperative of prey animals. Mourn if you must, but eat while you can, because the next hunt could begin at any moment, and empty legs run slower than full ones. By mid-morning, the grassland seems peaceful again. No trace remains of the hunt. 1 eland is gone, 1 lion is healing, and the surviving herd grazes on. Tomorrow, the lions will hunt again. Tomorrow, the herd will return to feed, and the endless cycle of predator and prey will continue.